Welcome to TalkFCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys. What a day it is again. What a day it is to be a Barcelona fan. How long have we waited to be saying that again? Quique Setien is our coach. I'm going to start every video just by reminding you of that fact. And in today's video, it's the second year of the Quique Setien files. Yesterday, we learned more about what he's done as a coach, what he can bring to Barcelona. Today, we're going to be going through here his official presentation, everything that's happened right throughout the day, and of course, the first words of Setien as the Barcelona coach, and believe me, he spoke incredibly well. The things that he said can get us all excited again to watch his football. It's all coming up. We are ready. Welcome, Quique Setien. And of course, the day began with the very first training session of Quique Setien himself. And right there, I know many of us woke up with the first pictures of Quique Setien leading the Barcelona training session. And that was unbelievable. You had to pinch yourself. You were thinking, is this actually happening? From Valverde to Setien, here he is, ready to coach these players. And as you can see there, the players came out in the field. There were smiles on the faces. Everybody there very, very happy to start work again. A brand new chapter beginning at Barcelona, and in particular, look at this. Quique Setien and Riqui Puig. That is an unbelievable photo. We're going to be talking more about that with Quique Setien's words in just a moment, but it brings so much excitement, enthusiasm, hope, everything we've wanted. This could be the moment. From training, Quique Setien then went towards the presentation as the new Barcelona coach. He signed his contract officially at 1:30 p.m. alongside their president Bartomeu. And again, it was smiles all around. Very, very happy there. There was handshakes. There was a little hug there. Quique Setien presented with the Barcelona shirt with his name on the back. And Setien, like we spoke about yesterday, has signed a contract there until the summer of 2022. So that's technically a deal there that's lasting 2.5 years. However, I've just got to say, that's not absolutely set in stone. He will have a contract for that length, providing everything goes well. The board have actually been quite clever here, because what they have in that contract is basically a break clause every single summer. So this summer, it'll be evaluated. If the club wants to, they can cut their ties with Setien if they feel so. And what it means is, Setien will have a contract at Barcelona for as long as he's successful. And that's the way that it should be. That's the way that it should have been with Valverde. That's the way that it should be now. Players, coaches, everybody should have to do their best, and Setien will come in and try and have as much success with the best football he possibly can. And just after 2 p.m. was the moment that we were all waiting for. Quique Setien there sat down with the microphone, and it was absolutely packed auditorium. There were so many journalists inside there, the club, waiting to hear what Setien had to say for himself. He was joined there by President Bartomeu and Eric Abidal as well, faced the media. And certainly it was very, very interesting to hear so many of the things that Quique Setien said. But if we start first and foremost with the words of Bartomeu, who started off by thanking Valverde at length. He was very specific in the way that he said, look, I want to talk first and foremost about Valverde. He said he's a good person, he was a good coach, he achieved many things here. We have to thank Ernesto Valverde for his work. Bartomeu was then asked by the journalist, why now? Why did you take the decision finally to sack Valverde and bring somebody in the middle of the season? And Bartomeu answered that we needed a new dynamic. We needed a change. We needed to bring somebody new in. He said we're at the halfway stage of the season. We wanted a boost so that we could challenge for all of the titles this season. And he was bombarded with questions right the way through the conference from journalists about whether the club's reputation had been damaged by the entire process. Of course, publicly pursuing another coach while Valverde was still under employment. That was certainly something that Bartomeu did look quite unhappy about. He tried to sort of avoid the direct questions there of the journalists, but he did say he wished the private conversations that he'd had with coaches, that he'd had there with his staff, they hadn't been leaked into the media. He was very, very unhappy about that, but he did admit, he said things could have been done better. We're not incredibly proud of the way things went. He said, I always supported Valverde though. He said, if you remember at the end of the last season, many people wanted him sacked, confirmed it. He said, I was the one who wanted to keep him, but now it was time for change. And then it was over to Eric Abidal, who was actually the man there, it was confirmed in the press conference, who put the idea to Bartomeu and the rest of the board to bring Quique Setien in. Abidal there presented that option and the board certainly went with it in the end. He said Setien always focuses on the little details, the finer details. And he said he reminds me very much about my time at Barcelona and the coaching that we had in and around the club. And that's why we wanted to bring him here to Barcelona. Those were glowing words indeed, given the fact that the coaches that Abidal has worked with in the past. But then it was time for Quique Setien himself to take the microphone, to address the media, to address all of us Barcelona fans, and he did not disappoint. The first thing that he said was thank you to everybody involved for this opportunity. He said, never in my wildest dreams could I have imagined that I would get this chance at Barcelona. I'm very emotional. He said, I'm a very emotional person, but I'm so excited. I'm so excited to get started. I've got to thank everybody. It took me less than 5 minutes to say yes to Barcelona. Yesterday, I was walking with the cows in my village, and today I'm training the best players in the world. It doesn't get any bigger than this. Setien was also very respectful in the way that he went about things. He said thank you to Valverde. I respect him a great deal. He said he's spoken to Valverde. He also feels as though Valverde has laid some foundations that he can build upon in his time at Barcelona coach. And right throughout the conference, he was asked there by many journalists about his philosophy, about his playing style, about whether Barcelona fans would have more fun under Setien. And he was very clear about what he's going to command from the players and everybody connected with Barcelona. He said, I must transmit all of my desire, all of my confidence to my players. We will depend on our players. I know that I can do it. He said the players will have so much will to succeed. We'll demand that from them. I'm sure they'll understand me very quickly. Lots of the things that I want to bring to them, they already know. And that's so interesting. Setien there saying that what he wants to bring, what he wants to teach these Barcelona players, he doesn't really need to. They already know it. They've already played in this way before. It's just about recapturing that spirit once again. He said, I will always defend what I do. I'll always defend my style. I'm always going to look to try to improve this team, improve the performance. Everybody must give their best. And he was then asked about his objectives at the club. He said, you've got to win. He said, you've got to win, and you've got to win everything. That is obvious. At this club, you've got to win as many trophies as possible, but while playing well. And this was such an interesting part for me because he went on to say, the best way to get a victory, I believe, is to play well. Sometimes it doesn't always happen. It won't happen every single time, but it's about the work that you do. And it's not just about playing that way for one day or one game. It's about doing it every single day. He said, I don't know if my way is the best way. I don't know if it's the worst way, but I know that it's my way. I know that I can succeed here. I've enjoyed watching Barcelona for over 10 years, and I've watched some of the players that I'm now going to coach today. You can always take something away from watching a Barcelona game. There's always something to learn, and if I see something that I don't like whilst I'm the coach, I'm always going to say, we will then look to fix it. My players will work hard. And on the players, of course, Setien was asked a number of questions ranging from the quality of players that he had to Lionel Messi, and he was asked specifically there about working with Messi, but I was really happy actually with Setien's response. He said, yep, Messi is the best player in the world. He's a unique talent. There's no question about that. But he much preferred to talk about the whole team. The qualities there of not just Messi, but every single player in this squad. He said being able to coach the best player in the world and his great teammates, I can't believe it. I cannot believe that I'm going to get this chance. He said there will be changes to the philosophy. We're very clear of what that will be, but we need work. We need to develop here over a course of games and over a course of training sessions. And one of the most interesting things, one of the most exciting things was when Setien was asked about using youth players, bringing players up there from the academy, from the B team, and actually using them in first team games. He was asked particularly about Ricky Puig, and he said the following: this club has an incredible academy. Talent coming through will get the chance under me if they deserve it. If they're ready, they will play. And listen to this. He said these exact words. He said new talent, when you bring new talent there into the first team, when you bring a fresh energy, sometimes it can ignite the squad. He says sometimes when you bring somebody through, a youth talent, it can then really push on and motivate the rest of the squad. Everybody has to work hard, and youth team players, just like Ricky Puig, they will get their chance. And I will leave you here with some of the most exciting and enthralling quotes from Quique Setien. He said, when I arrive at clubs as the brand new coach, I only guarantee one thing: My teams will play well. Everywhere that I've been, we have played well. Lugo, Las Palmas, Real Betis, it'll be just the same here. I have come to play good football. He said, but we can all talk. Now it's time for the work. Once we won our first game, we've got to keep working. It's not just about one win. It's not just about one game. We have to keep going. We have the best players in the world. And I'm so excited. And I think Setien there speaks to every single one of us. Because this should be an incredible journey. And so that there, guys, completes the unveiling of our brand new coach, Quique Setien. Please leave all your thoughts in the comments down below. What did you make there of the words of Setien? What are you most excited about seeing? And of course, there are going to be plenty more videos coming up on the channel. It's going to be non-stop, because right here and now, we are ready. I'll see you soon, guys. Thanks as always for watching. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.